Hey everyone, this is Andy from Gizchina, and today we're looking at the UMi Zero. This is the 6.4mm alloy-bodied smartphone which a lot of people have been really excited about. So let's take a look at this new phone, see what it's all about, starting with what's inside the box. The UMi Zero does come in quite a large cardboard box, but inside there are a few accessories. We've got a USB data cable, Texas Instruments fast charger, and small tool for removing the SIM. We also get this quite cool looking Z case which will protect the rear and the corners of the UMi Zero from knocks and drops. It's not to everyone's taste, it's not something that I'm really that interested in using, but it does add a little bit of protection, and it's made of a really soft material so it's easy to get on and off without damaging the phone. A couple of envelopes come inside the packaging too. This one includes the quick start guide and also some instructions on how to use the UMi Zero. This SIM tool doesn't come with the phone, it was just something I was using. Inside this booklet it's all in English, so you don't need to worry about learning Chinese. And in here you just got a few details including what should come in the box, how to care for the phone, how to use the phone, all basic stuff. The second envelope has a small lint-free cloth which has the UMi branding. Here it is. This black cloth is there for keeping the glass on the front and the rear of the phone nice and clean and smudge free. And to protect the front of the phone, we've got this screen protector to keep it free of scratches and marks. So we have accessories for keeping the phone clean and protected, and now we need to keep it charged up. In this package we have the small white charger. It has pins for an EU plug for Europe, and this is a fast charger which has been supplied by Texas Instruments. Now because the UMi Zero doesn't have a removable battery, a fast charger is a really good feature to have. It means that even if you find yourself just with a little bit of power just before you go out, a quick blast with this should see a nice percentage back on your phone so you can go out and not worry about running out of power. Now fast charging does generate some heat, and normally this wouldn't be much of an issue, but as the USB cable that comes with the UMi Zero has metal surrounds on the plugs on both ends, you can see here, and also on the other end, that heat is transferred to here, so do be careful when unplugging the Zero after charging. It's better to unplug this white charger from the mains rather than the USB itself. The final piece in the box is this small tool for removing the SIM tray. This has been designed so you can plug it into the 3.5mm headphone jack when it's not in use, just there in the base. And when you need to remove the SIM while out and about, just pop it out and put the pin end in, and there you go. The SIM tray has space for either 2 micro SIM cards or a micro SIM card and a micro SD card. SIM cards will only work on 3G and GSM networks. Unfortunately, there is no LTE on this version of the phone. We're really impressed by the quality and the materials used on the UMi Zero. For $200 you get an all aluminium frame with glass panels front and rear. The build quality is top notch and the feel is very sturdy and comfortable in your hand. If you show this to anyone who doesn't know the price, they'll surely think it's worth at least double or even triple the amount. Looking around the phone now, on the rear we've got a glass panel with a small letterbox cutout for the rear single speaker. We have the Zero logo, and further up we have the UMi logo there too. The back of the phone has a curve to the edges, which give it a really comfortable feel in the palm of your hand. On the left hand side we find the power button and the volume rocker, and at the bottom and top of the phone we have these bends which help break up the all black alloy side of the phone. Looking down from the top we find the micro USB for charging and data transfer. We've got a flat edge across the front, and this rounded edge around the back here gives a really nice profile for holding the phone comfortably in your hand. Over to the rear again, and we have a 13 megapixel camera from Sony with f1.8 aperture, and below that dual LED flash. 13 megapixel cameras can be found on phones of $200 and even less these days, but the Zero has an f1.8 aperture and dual LED flash. Overall photo quality is above average, and the speed of focus and capture is pretty good. However, in HDR mode we have found that there's some serious slowing down. We're not sure what this is, but it takes around 3 to 4 seconds for a HDR photo to be processed. Hopefully updates to the ROM will improve this speed in the future. The camera app on the Zero has all the usual Android features, including burst mode. Photos are snapped very quickly and saved in no time at all. With 2 GB of RAM and a 2 GHz MT6592T processor, performance is very good on the UMi Zero. We're not talking the same sort of power as a Snapdragon phone or even one of the new 64-bit phones, but still Antutu benchmarks of 31,321 are pretty good. Benchmarks only paint part of the picture, so let's have a look at gaming performance on the UMi Zero. For this I'm going to try Real Drift, and as you can see, as the game is starting up, graphics are running nice and smoothly with no juttering at all. Everything looks nice and fluid. Once the game gets running, I'll turn the volume up and you can have a listen to the sound quality of that rear speaker on the UMi Zero too. As you can hear in the video, the rear speaker on the UMi Zero is very loud, but it's lacking a little bit in the bass department. It's a little bit too trebly. But overall, for playing games and watching movies, you could settle for this speaker. If not, you could also plug in a decent set of headphones and enjoy music that way. I've been using the UMi Zero now for a few weeks, and I'm really happy with the comfort, the design, the style, and the quality of the materials that have been used in this phone. For $200, you'll really find it difficult to beat it, to be honest. It's also got a really great 5-inch Super AMOLED 1080 display, and here I'm using it on half brightness, but there's plenty more brightness to go there, so you can use it even in the most sunny conditions. Overall performance is pretty good. We've got good benchmarks on the UMi, and with 2 GB of RAM and an octa-core processor, gaming performance is pretty good too. But there is a little bit of slowing down here and there. You can see in the launcher it isn't quite as smooth as some others, and we've also seen in the camera application saving to the internal memory can be a little bit slow. Hopefully UMi will sort these issues out with future updates, possibly even with an Android 5.0 Lollipop update. So if you do buy the UMi Zero, bear in mind that the ROM will need a few updates to get fully optimized for the hardware. Also bear in mind that this is not an LTE equipped phone. At this day and age, most phones were around $200 and even less are getting the faster data connection. However, in my opinion, the fact that the UMi Zero gets a better aluminium build, you're getting that Super AMOLED 5-inch 1080 display, fast charger, f1.8 30 megapixel camera, all of that make up for the lack of LTE, and personally, those are features that I use more than faster data connection. The UMi Zero is a great phone. It's not a perfect phone, but it is a very good phone, and possibly the best phone that you can buy for $200 at the moment. I can't wait to see what other phones that UMi bring out in the future, and I just hope that they keep going down the same path that they found with the Zero. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me on the comment section of here or on Gizchina. Thanks for your time. Goodbye.